Welcome everybody to the Anime-Versal Reviews podcast, where we review anime, just like the title says. Hello everybody, welcome to Anime-Versal Reviews, today with Kyle and
Christine.
And today we are talking about Interstellar 55555. Is it 5 5s? 4 5s?
Well,
4 5s.
First off, it's
it stands
Interstella.
Interstella, sorry.
Yeah.
Because it stands for the story of the secret star system.
Yes.
This is a unique project. It is basically an hour-long music video for the Discovery album from the band Daft Punk.
Yes.
However, they were approached, or there's a story that they were approached by Leiji Matsumoto, who's famous for the Captain Harlock series of anime and manga, and the space battleship Yamato. Two very, very classic 1970s style anime, the stuff that you see on, like, you know, Voltron and Speed Racer and Gatchaman classics like that. But Matsumoto and Daft Punk get together regardless of whose idea it was. Daft Punk were big fans of Matsumoto's and agreed to work together and came up with this brilliant story that not only uses the words and some of the titles of the songs appropriately, which of course the album came out before this movie was decided on, a couple years before actually, and it's also got a lot of key like, what's the word I'm looking for? Key not Easter eggs or references, just like homages to anime in general, especially, like I said, from Leiji Matsumoto's era. Christine, what are your opinions on Interstella, story of the secret star system?
I loved it. I'm the kind of person who loves music that tells a story, and you know, we get a story with this album, and yeah, it was just a lot of fun, and I never tire of it. It's amazing.
Now, me and you are not usually what's the word I'm looking for? Electronic music fans.
No.
And definitely not top 40 fans, but this album has a very funk, very soul, very classic rhythm and blues, like a lot of those influences in it. A lot of 60s and 70s rhythmic music. It's awesome. It's something they really didn't do again until Random Access Memories, the one with Get Lucky.
Yeah.
Which fits perfectly with the 70s kind of anime aesthetic of this. Excuse me. One of the biggest things that goes through this whole show, though, is the metaphor of the music industry. Everyone's heard of stories of artists getting into the industry, and then getting chewed up and spit out. People that might start off with a group and then break away, go solo. People that try to change the formula and it ends up breaking the band up. Yoko Ono. Oh
no, we're not doing that. No. Yeah, there's so many different. You shouldn't.
I had to. Because of what we were watching on YouTube earlier. Anyways, shout out to that legend. And it's known fact that the industry itself though really forces musicians to accept record deals where they might not get to write all the songs, or they might have to share songwriting with somebody from the album. There's a lot of things that can be done to really just, like I said, choose someone up and spit them out. Look how many musicians die from substance abuse,
Yeah, honestly, like I think that's probably why they get into that, because if they don't, then they'll burn out. Because I know I would. Like, just looking at what a lot of musicians go through, it's like I couldn't do that. So.
Yeah. Japan is notorious for its music industry machine. Them and South Korea. Korea's done exactly what Japan's done with like the large number boy band, girl bands, or maybe Korea or Japan's done what Korea's done. I don't know who did it first, but they both have like these giant existing bands that have rosters that rotate in and out, new members and new albums every year. Bands you and I even listen to that are formed more naturally in Japan, where it actually is a bunch of friends maybe from high school, like in the US, like you hear most bands formed in the US. Even guys like that in Japan go through the same industry though that demands albums a lot faster than we're used to getting them here in the United States. In the US a band usually every three years you might get an brand new full album with maybe
but there's also like touring like a lot of it, and having to there's all these other things that keep people busy,
and US artists do more world tours than other artists. Like I think the
maybe not
Radwimps
necessarily
could probably get away doing real well here, but like Bump of Chicken doing stadium tour over here, I don't know. I would love it, but I don't know. I know the Pillows did well over here.
Yeah.
I know L'Arc-en-Ciel, or however you pronounce French rainbow blah blah whatever, guys that did the Full Metal thing intro, they did a tour over here. And I bet Radwimps, because of your name, would do well, and Weathering with You. But anyways, let's talk a little bit more about some of the anime the story. Let's talk more about Interstella 55. It goes literally right in order of the album. So the first song is One More Time. It introduces us to the band, which is known as the Crescendos, which is a play on crescendo, which is, the buildup of music, riding a wave to the very, very top, and that's where it crests, and blah, blah, blah. And there's imagery of that in this as well. One More Time's a great song to listen to, very, very catchy. Although I am going to sit there and say it is totally the fault of the little blue guys on the space station for paying attention to the stream instead of
do your
battle
job.
stations.
So sad.
Yeah. And it results in basically this producer guy, this music producer guy, travels the cosmos and finds musicians, brings them back to Earth, and changes them into humans, and puts them through the machine to get gold records. Legitimately, what the music industry does, except they don't go out into space that we know of to find them.
Let's hope not.
Yeah. Aerodynamic, pretty awesome. Let me ask you just, the introduction and one more time your take on it.
I loved it. I mean, just that very beginning, I'm sure a lot of people who've already seen it were hooked. It's just such a catchy song. It's so much fun to watch as well. And yeah, just waiting to see what happens next. So.
Yeah. Things get really fast when aerodynamic kicks in. This is when the producer's little team of kidnappers are icing the area, or what is it that the strangers do in Venture Brothers when they freeze everyone in the courtroom to get Tiny Attorney?
Yeah.
What does Brock call it? It's like a freeze op or
something like that.
Yeah. They basically do that to all these blue people to kidnap the Crescendos, the band. And you get a really cool chase scene. Some band members caught earlier than others. I kind of see it. The producer's kidnapping is kind of like that moment that musicians, not all, but some musicians feel like that time they signed with maybe a specific studio or label, was the time that they signed their soul away, to get famous. They're like, okay, yeah, I'll give up this creativity to make it. And I kind of see this as a metaphor for that. Do you get that out of Aerodynamic at all?
Well, I don't see things as deep as you do. Oh. So no, it was just as soon as, they invade this planet, it's like, oh damn. Just didn't see it coming, of course. I never see anything coming. So yeah, but yeah.
This is true. And you'd be standing right in front of her, wave at her and be like, "Hi, Christine," and she will look past you and be like, "Who said my name?"
I'm not that bad.
No, I do. I see a lot of, like I said, metaphor in it, and just knowing.
Maybe it's the, like, not like the signing itself, but like the after, where it's like when that moment when the band realizes that it's like, oh shit, we just fucked up. We signed with the wrong person. They're invading us. They're
not letting us do our own songs. They're not letting us do our music video, whatever the case may be. It's a really cool piece, really well animated, and builds a lot of tension because you really think someone's going to get away, and you worry about who's going to help the other bandmates out. And at the end, we get to find out who it's going to be, because we go into Digital Love, where we're introduced to the hero, who's actually notified by the same failures of guards at the space station. They hit the little button and alert him that there's been a problem. Digital Love is such a great song. It's my favorite song on the album, and to me, this is a representation of the fans, the original fans, because the hero, I guess his name is Shep in the movie. He's in love with Stella, the female bassist of the Crescendos.
We'll call it a celebrity crush.
Yeah, celebrity crush. Yeah. That's why I think he kind of represents the fans. And sometimes in order to make it big, you got to start stepping closer to that top 40 line. And when you cross over it, you're going to leave some fans behind along the way. But again, that's something I see in it. It's just a beautiful song and a wonderfully animated space scene where we get some Voltron references in the way that Shep's chair moves along his guitar-shaped spaceship. Some Gatchaman references in the helmet. I'm not gonna label every anime reference I saw in this, but there's plenty. What do you think about Digital Love?
It's one of my favorites as well. Probably my favorites. Sometimes it's hard to pick a favorite, but yeah, it's. I did want to say with the whole like leaving fans behind, and like there's something that I wanted to say with that, because some people it's like, oh well, your music now just isn't really my thing, so it's like they're done. But then you have like the really bad fans, that like they'll say like
angry at them.
Yeah,
how dare
you
you
sold
change?
out,
Yeah.
and yeah, like not that. So I want to make sure that everyone listening knows, not that, and not them.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
And it goes off from there. The band and the producer arrive on Earth. Of course, these are blue-skinned aliens, and that doesn't always work. Sometimes you gotta tweak the system a little bit. So you take a band who's got a good sound, but you tweak it a little bit to make it ready for radio. You tweak it a little bit to make it ready for the masses, to make it appeal to the. I'm sorry. It sounds like I'm hating on top 40 listeners. Pop music, rock music, hip hop. What if it's on radio? That's top 40.
No,
For that
not.
genre. But you kind of gotta make music for the lowest common denominator to reach that,
It's kind of hard because there's been so many people who have argued the way music is today, and some people saying that it's not any good. I do like how some people will reach out and they'll be a little different. Like, to me, Daft Punk is different than a lot of
But they're very
popular.
old.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, like, as far as more recent stuff,
Yeah.
it's they've got like their own thing in it, and it works. So sometimes it's good to venture out. So.
Yeah. So anyways, the whole thing about getting into changing a bit brings us to harder, better, faster, stronger, which literally shows the band going through the machine. Their skin, of course, is turned human flesh colors. They have their hair turned to match human colors. They have their memories replaced to make them think that all of the memories they have came from Earth, but then they're all implanted with like mind control device. And during this, I really see it as it's the promises of riches and success. If you work harder, you'll do better. And there's literally the line in there that work is never over.
Yeah.
And I love the imagery of it. Yeah, I got nothing else to say on it. What about you?
No, you pretty much, you got it. You said it. So
It's kind of fun because my favorite song is Digital Love, but my favorite segment of the whole movie is Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger. You already said your favorite song is Digital Love. Has your favorite scene come up yet? Or
Not yet.
Okay. So after HBFS, Crescendos, their big announcement to the planet Earth, their song One More Time, which is what the producer heard them playing, is going big. And imagery, again, really, really important here. Most people in the entertainment industry don't consider you to have made it until you've made it where, Christine?
New York.
Well, America.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, they're heading to New York in this scene, which is in the United States. Everyone wants to make it to America because, like I said, you know, you take even a lesser known band like Newfound Glory, and they've still traveled all over the world, Jakarta and in Indonesia. They are Thailand, yeah, one of those two. Japan, they've been all over Europe. I think they did South Africa, maybe not. And of course all over North and South America. But then you look at a band like, you know, we listen to like Indigo La La or whatever.
You talking about me? What
yes,
I listen
you.
to? Indigo La End.
La End. There it is. You're not going to see them traveling all over Canada, the United States, and Mexico. You know, so it's again imagery. The band is headed to America, and this is a there's parts of this that take place in Japan. We know that it's representative as if the band is a Japanese band. You see like a French versus Japanese soccer game, and imagery to represent both Daft Punk's French nationality and of course Matsumoto's Japanese heritage. So I think it's pretty cool. The dead eyes in everyone from the mind control. It's you've made it. That's the rise, right? The crest of the wave. You're at the top. You're in America. You're touring. You're making money, Christine. I like it. It works.
Yeah, I also like, you know, just how unhappy they are, you know, because success doesn't always make you happy. So it's good to show, and I'm sure a lot of people realize that, but I mean, you still want to add that, you know, to the movie.
Yeah,
so
definitely. Night Vision carries on. We get to see kind of sort of like the cost of being famous at this point. It's a shorter segment, and we get our first scene of our hero. Now it must be said that there is a at the record company, they're a little bit different than the producer, and we'll find out a little bit later, a little bit more. But the record company is maybe not as bad as the producer. The manager maybe might be the better word.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, Night Vision quickly ends after introduction of Shep, the hero, or reintroduction, I should say, who survived his crash, and then we get the big performance of the Crescendos with the orchestra and everything. You know, they're doing their Metallica, their Scorpions, their what was it with people that wanted to perform with orchestras for some reason in rock bands?
I don't know
either. It's weird. But they go to do that, and that's where Shep arrives, and he's able to use a device to unlock the minds of several of the band members, all of them except for Stella, the girl who the manager basically blocks the beam, and takes her off to, you know, protect his investment. She's gonna split off. She's gonna have a successful solo career as Stella.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although, like, I did want to say with superheroes, it's always a scene that I love. Mm-hmm. Not a favorite, not the favorite in this, but it is because it's like it plays to where, you know, like a show's about to begin and you get all hyped and you're like, you've experienced that feeling as the audience member, you know. So it does. I always get excited when this one plays.
Very cool.
So
cool. After the villain, whose name is Darkwood. That's right. Right. He gets her away, and we get High Life. And High Life is, I kind of got, like I said, he's taking her, hoping to make her be able to break out to go solo, but there's still some stuff dealing with like the crescendos themselves. There's an award ceremony. Daft Punk gets written into the award ceremony scene. It's awesome to see them animated like that. It's cool. Cool.
Yeah, I thought it was funny, like with like her being at like a like seeing the run, yeah, the fashion show with, and you know, you got models down the runway, and I mean, obviously she's brainwashed, but it was funny just seeing her board, because it's like looking like, yeah, it's like, oh yeah, your design's so great, you know. And some people, you know, their designs are good. Some fashion pieces are, but then like some of them are just like really bad. And you know, I wonder just how hard it would be to keep a straight face. So like looking like he's like dragged her around everywhere, and including, you know, this fashion show. So I thought that was funny. Like that would be the face that I'd have too. So yeah.
It's it's a good scene, good song. The whole album is great. It's one of the few Daft Punk albums I could put on from beginning to end, listen to it, and not feel like I need to skip a song. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I can only listen to Around the World and Technologic for so many times.
Just a few seconds.
Yeah.
For some of those.
Just a few moments. The next scene, Something About Us. This is kind of like where people are learning the things that they've lost in the pursuit of fame, pursuit of happiness. Maybe they're original fans. The hero is actually hurt during his rescue attempts. He is able to rescue Stella. But like I said, he's hurt in the process. But everyone gets to rediscover themselves. Basically, he shows them who they were as the blue aliens, you know, from the secret star system. It's very somber. This is one of the other songs that actually has a good remix on that remix album. Something About Us and Digital Love are the only two. What do you got on Something About Us? Something About Us
is my favorite scene.
Oh, okay.
Like you had already said, the, you know, realizing who they are, and it's very emotional, and it sucks to see him go, and it's just like, it's got all the feels in it. So yeah, it's my favorite.
Nice. Very cool. I like how we both have a favorite song that's different than the favorite scene. It's interesting. Well, because for me, I had heard this. God, I missed out on the announcement because I'm like, I liked this album and I had heard it plenty of times. But I was late to the party on Interstella. I didn't discover it until we lived in Arizona in 2007. I think is the first time I discovered it.
Yeah, and we had watched it together.
Right, but had you listened to the album before, or was the anime your introduction? Don't remember?
That was so long ago. I don't know.
Anyways, it's yeah. I like the imagery. Something About Us is it's great. Voyager really just kind of deals with them kind of getting out of the area, having a funeral and saying goodbye to the guy that risked his life to save them. It's not much else you can really say about Voyager. What do you got?
I mean, yes, it's sad because they're having to let one of their own go and give him a funeral and all that, but also this is the first time they felt free in a while. Right. So you get to see them smile while they're driving, and they are a little more relaxed. So yes, it is sad, but I mean, they got a little taste of freedom again. So yeah, there's still a lot that needs to happen in order for them to be completely free, but at least it's a start. So
yeah, speaking of completely free, part of this is we forgot to mention Stella actually finds a card with the Earl of Darkwood's address on it.
Mm-hmm. Which song had that? I'm trying to remember. I think it was early on. It might have been. No, was it? No, I don't know.
It's just a couple songs ago, but yeah. It's while she's still under his control.
Mm-hmm.
But they're gonna go find out more. Basically, they need to, and we have the song Veritas Quo, which is like very disco, basically, is what Wikipedia has on it. Whatever. Quo to me, I always think of status quo, and Veritas, I'm off on my Latin, so I don't know. Wiki says that it also could be read as discovery, which kind of fits because they go on this discovery of basically who the manager is. Like, he's this really ancient force that he's been doing this to people for from all over for a while, almost in what seems as retribution because something from the sky fell and killed his dad. And he, as a little boy, basically went out to the sky and got revenge, is kind of what it looked like.
Yeah, which is dumb. Yeah, I'm sorry, that's really dumb.
It's a weird scene.
Yeah, it's kind of like he'll use up the artists and then he'll sacrifice them. So
yep, exactly.
What did they ever do to you? Jeez.
Yeah, the sacrifice seems to give him longevity.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then they make it seem like there's this whole desire to rule the universe. Sure, why not? But like the obvious thing is longevity. It's the status quo fighting against the industry, fighting against people that usurp it. People that figure out a way to make money without the traditional way of doing things.
I'm surprised they didn't have any conspiracy theorists. Like, this man never ages, I thought that would be kind of funny.
Yeah. The next song, Short Circuit, deals with escaping Darkwood Manor after the Crescendals. Basically, they find their memory card. They find the location of their memory card, which is actually at the record label place, but they gotta escape Darkwood Manor. It ends up being revealed to the world that aliens exist when what is their keyboardist Octave, when Octave is hurt, he turns blue, and he's hurt trying to retrieve the memory disc.
Mm-hmm.
And here's where we get to learn these last few songs that the record label didn't quite know what the manager had been doing. And once they find out, they nurse the hurt octave back to health. They help the other three return to normal. And this all happens in the last of the songs, Face to Face and Too Long. Face to Face really is kind of like that journey home, coming face to face with where you were, where you've been, and where you are now, facing regrets, those last moments in Too Long, right as they're about to head through the tunnel, and you almost get the feeling like they might be like, oh wait, it was really cool being famous, you know?
Well, they already were, but I mean, it kind of like maybe sad to leave their new friends, but
well, yeah, they were their fame and their star system seems more communal versus the like worship of stars here on Earth. You know, there it was all a big party, and here it's all hero worship. You know,
yeah.
So, but our crew, the Crescendolls, do end up making it back. They make it home. They play a home show, and in the return to home, it shows them actually writing the song that they're going to play when they make it back, bringing it full circle, and even revealing a nice statue to Shep, who made it all possible. But they should also have a statue of that record label guy, because he's the one that found like the space route and
well, I mean, it was like a
got
team
them
effort.
home and stuff, you know? Yeah. But I'm saying like he was the push behind it. So there you have it, folks. Interstella 5555. This is a beautiful piece of anime. There's no words other than samples and lyrics from the songs, and yet it tells a awesome story.
Yes, it does.
What would you give this, Christine, on the grade F to A+?
I'm gonna say A, because there were just a few things that would pull me out just a little bit, but it was just, there was so much of it that was so great. So I'm gonna say A, because I mean, it wasn't, you know, of course there's like those, just the little details. So
yeah, little details like our dog being a jerk in the background. I'm incredibly in love with this. It's an A+ from me. I like all of the little nods, and I guess maybe because I can read more into it, maybe I get a little bit more out of it.
probably.
Maybe, I don't know. But do you kind of see why, beyond just the harder, better, faster, stronger song, like how much of the music industry they put in this movie, in this video.
Yeah.
It's very interesting, and like I said, it happens in America, but we know the machine to pump out artists is bigger in Japan than it is here. Here they'd rather pump out a few at a time, manufacture a couple megastars at a time, make a bunch of money off of them, and repeat the cycle. Japan's like, no, we got to have like 10 megastars a year.
And it's always changing too, because there was a point in time where you'd have a bunch of bands and they'd sing the same song, like in the 50s.
Oh, here in America,
yeah. So it's always changing, but it's always to make money and control, and
we used to be way more manufactured. The studios owned everything.
Yeah.
And you're right. They would be like, all right, we're gonna have like 8 people record, rock around the clock, and whoever's does the best, yay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I give it an A. I would love to see another album that was not meant to be a concept album worked into one like this. I don't know who, I don't know where, I don't know when, but I would love to see another project. What about you?
Of course. Like I said in the beginning, I love when music tells a story.
Yeah.
So
that's it, ladies and gentlemen. As far as the rest of Anime-Versal reviews and the future goes, we were supposed to be talking about Dr. Stone already, because we were told that Dr. Stone's Stone Wars dub would be starting shortly after the subtitle hit on Crunchyroll. The whole reason why we're waiting is my fault. I explained it before. I can only watch anime however I first experience it. It's like an OCD thing. So I have legitimately been dying to watch Dr. Stone on Crunchyroll, but I can't bring myself to do it. We tried to watch Weathering with You on HBO Max, and they've only got the English dub. I couldn't watch it. Couldn't stand it. Couldn't stand hearing the voices.
It was only like a few seconds, and you're already like, I'm out. I'm done.
Out. I would prefer to hear it the way I first experienced it. I can't help it. Yeah, I know. So, what does that mean? We're still gonna do Stone Wars dub. It's coming, guys. I promise. But in the meantime, we're gonna do things like this. There's actually a series of anime music videos that we could review as well. And we're open to some ideas. And also, we're open to ideas for new shows. We're going to look at doing recommendations. So watch like 3 episodes of something we've never seen before, and choose whether or not to recommend it. Things like that. And we're open to ideas, as well as reviewing movies and additional full series after the Stone Wars are done. Yeah. Make sure you guys are checking out the website, LRMonline.com, every day for all your entertainment news, needs, and opinions. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. All the podcasts go up on the YouTube channel, and all of our interviews, lots of celebrity interviews, writers, producers, actors, actresses, you name it, we're interviewing them. And of course, the podcast channel, wherever you get your podcast from, make sure you guys are subscribed, following, liking, whatever it takes to be notified. Spotify, SoundCloud are great. Apple, Google, we're everywhere. Christine has no social media, but you guys can find me at that Kyle Malone on Twitter, at that one, that's the number 1, at that one Kyle Malone. My dog is about to die, apparently. At that one Kyle Malone on Instagram. And thank you guys so much for listening. Christine, thank you for being on.
No problem.
We'll talk to you guys next week.